yoga class. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Jenny. This is going to be a restore practice, and we are going to be focusing on support. So, our yoga practice can help support our lives, and there are lots of ways that we can bring support in, obviously. Many ways that we can accept support from others, that we can create support for ourselves, but it can be a challenge to allow someone or something else to support us. So I want to kind of play with that and to incorporate a little bit of support in our practice. We're going to be using a strap. So we're going to be focusing on the lower body, legs, hips, low back, utilizing a strap. Now, if you don't have an official yoga strap that has this little belt loop thing, that's totally fine. You can grab a dish towel, or if you need some more length, you can grab a belt, a scarf, anything, that's just going to give you a little extra reach, a little extra length. So we'll be doing things like this. So that's really just what we want them. We're doing them lying down in more restorative postures, but that is the idea. So grab whatever you want to use as a strap. And then any other props that you want to bring in to support yourself. If you have blocks, you can use those. If you don't, you can use a stack of hardcover books. You can use cushions. You can see I've got an official bolster. You don't need anything fancy. You don't need the official, You can do yoga without any sort of props, without anything, not even a mat, doesn't matter what you're wearing. You don't need anything special to do yoga. But you can incorporate just things to help support. So you can bring in cushions, pillows, couch cushions, blankets of various sizes. You've got a blanket. So take a moment to gather whatever props you want to use, but definitely some sort of strap. And then we're going to take a moment to ground, to really settle in, and then we'll move into our practice. So to help with our theme of support, I'm going to have us start lying on the back. Taking your time to get there, and then your choice if you want to have the knees bent, feet planted on the ground. Maybe hands on the belly, one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. You could also extend the legs out if you wanted to bring some support underneath the knees. You could bring in a cushion, a blanket, anything to kind of support the knees and the low back. So whatever position works best for you, lying on the back. And again, hands can be on the body, they could be opening up to the side or into a goalpost or a T. Whatever feels best for you here. And just take a moment to just let the body release. Just let the whole body be supported by the earth, by the ground here. Allowing the breath, maybe a sigh or two out of the mouth. That could be a nice cue to the body, to the mind, to just let go. Just sink in. Allowing the bones to feel heavy, allowing the muscles to relax. Feeling the weight of gravity pressing you down and feeling the support of the earth raising up to cradle you here. To hold you in this space. And while we're here, taking a moment to maybe just think of those people in our lives that we know have our back, that are there to support us, there to help lift us up when we need it, people that we can rely on, people that we can lean on when necessary. It's cultivating an image of them or an essence of them. Maybe it's one person in particular, maybe it's multiple people. Taking a moment to just thank them for their support. Maybe send a little love out to the support of our ancestors, the people that came before us. And that support of the people from your ancestral land that you are practicing on right now, from your own lineage, ancestors that you just feel a connection to. Those teachers, guides, healers from the past, that their stories, their truth, their love still live within us. We still carry them with us. And thanks for the support of our guides, of our ancestors. For those that are no longer with us on this physical plane, but still support us, still have our back. Starting to tune into the breath, feeling the rise and fall of the belly. Allowing your breath to help you settle in. And as you feel the support of the earth, allow that sensation, that pressure on the backside of the body to start to resonate through the rest of the body. Letting your awareness start at the pressure on the back and move towards the front. Feeling all that there is to be felt in the body at this moment. Allowing the body to just show up as it is. No matter what kind of day you've had, what kind of week you've had, what kind of year you've had. Just in this moment, allowing the body to show up as it is. Allowing yourself to be held and supported in this space. Allowing the breath to support the practice in whatever way feels best for you. Beautiful. As you feel ready, let's start to reach the arms overhead. Stretch out through the legs. If they were bent, go ahead and straighten them. If there's a prop underneath them, go ahead and move the props out. Being on the ground, nice big good morning stretch, lengthening through this body. And we'll just start to set ourselves up into a little side stretch. So starting to step the legs over towards the left, keeping the hips on the ground. Maybe the right leg even crosses over the left ankle. And then if you want, you can even shift in the upper body, shifting the shoulders and the head and the arms over towards the left. So we're making this half, or this like crescent shape in the body, over towards the left, so we open up through the right side of the body. As we focus on the sides, maybe bringing in a little thanks for the people who walk alongside us, who are there, hand in hand, arm in arm, ready to catch you when you fall, ready to support you if you need. But always right there, standing right beside you, ready to face any fight, any battle, any obstacle. Maybe it's a partner, maybe it's a parent, maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a teacher. And those who stand alongside you, you fight the fight. As you feel ready, we'll make our way back towards center. And we'll just start to take it over to the other side. Letting the legs, the feet step over towards the right. Again, hips stay squared and grounded. Maybe the left leg crosses over right. That left ankle crosses over the right. And then if it would feel good, shifting in the upper body over towards the right, getting a full side body stretch in the left side. Extending through the whole left side body. And again, bringing thanks to another person or people who will stand by your side no matter what. And be there with you through good times and through bad. The ones that are always within reaching distance, always within arm's length. You know, will show up when needed. Connecting to the breath, again allowing the breath to support the practice. Whether that's just through observation or through some controlling of the breath, maybe some deep belly breathing or ujjayi breath, however you'd like to connect to the breath in this moment. When you're ready, making your way back towards neutral, stepping the legs back towards center, releasing the arms down, and taking any movements here that would feel good of drawing the knees in towards the chest, maybe rocking side to side, anything that would feel good. And then we'll locate our strap, or whatever we're using as a strap. With the knees bent, placing the left foot on the ground, we'll draw the right knee in towards the chest. Wrap about the middle of your strap or your scarf or belt or whatever it is that you have. Find about the middle of it and wrap that across the ball of the foot, so that meaty part right underneath the toes, as you extend the leg up towards the sky. Now find what feels good, where it feels good to grab. Maybe it's to have the arms extended, grabbing up by the top of the foot. Maybe separating the straps or grabbing one on either side. If you do have a full yoga strap where you can loop-de-loop, like old school belt style, you can create a larger loop, and you can even use the head to hold that strap up. And we're not using the strap to crank ourselves down. We're not trying to force anything here. So just kind of play with it. Flex back through the toes. The placement of that strap will help across the ball of the foot. As you draw down, it draws the toes towards the knee. And that helps to activate through the leg. Keep a little softness in the knee, a little bend, or bend it a lot, whatever feels best for you. That left leg, the knee could be bent, foot planted on the floor. This is going to give you a little more solid base. You could also extend that leg out. This is going to give you more sensation in the hip and the hip flexor. So just find what works best for you there. And we don't want to create any tension. So even though we're holding on, some of us will be holding on to the strap with the hands. Pay attention that you're not gripping really tight. You're not scrunching in the shoulders and the neck or in the jaw. So we don't want to create tension through our support with the strap. And you can kind of play with maybe drawing the toes further up towards the head, really saying hello to the hamstring here. You could play with maybe pointing and flexing through the toes, or a little movement through the ankle or through the leg. Nothing big here. And there might be some shaking in the leg. That's natural. I'm starting to get a little Elvis leg going. Awesome, Mark. So when you're ready, with the support of the strap, we'll start to open that right leg out towards the right. So again, finding a grip on whatever you're using as a strap, adjust as needed. And you can continue to use the strap for support. You can bring in other props as well. You could use a bolster or a blanket to kind of rest the leg on. You could use a variation of props to bring the ground closer. And you can play with the position of the leg. The closer the toes are drawing up towards the head, the more intense that angle in the hip is going to be, and the more sensation you're going to feel in that hip opening. We want to keep the left hip grounded, so you can even bring that left hand to the left hip if that helps. And then the further that you lower the heel down towards the left foot or down towards the bottom of the mat, the less extreme of an angle you'll have on that right hip and not quite so much of the opening. So you can play with the placement of the leg. You can, again, have that knee bent. You can play with the grip of the strap, or again, if you've got a yoga strap that is adjustable and long enough. Maybe if I could adjust it. That one will probably depend on your body portions too, because this one, since I've got fairly long legs, this one is, if I try to wrap it around my head, it's cranking my neck over towards the right. So that might not be the best option for me. So just, finding ways that I can use the strap to still support this pose without inviting tension into the hands, the arms, the shoulders, the neck, the jaw, but especially the hands. Awesome, work a few more rounds of breath here. And as you feel ready, we'll slowly start to raise that leg back up towards center. You're going to use the strap for support. Pausing again with the foot at the center, that left leg extended or knee bent, foot planted on the floor. And you can kind of play with maybe drawing the toes up towards the head, getting a little more into that, this part, the hamstring. Maybe there's some smaller movements. Maybe imagine you've got a marker in the heel and you're drawing little spirals on the ceiling. Awesome work. And when you feel ready, we're going to start to let that right leg come across the body over towards the left. But we want to keep the right hip bone rounded at first. So the back, the low back and the hip on that right side are still grounding down, so you won't have to move very far to feel that sensation in the outer hip area of the right leg, into the glute, into the low back. And again, here you can play with, lowering that leg further down towards the left leg is going to make this a little more gentle, less sensation. Drawing that foot more up towards the head. Ooh, feeling that. Don't need to go far to get that sensation. Again, notice any tension building in the hands and the arms, the neck, the jaw, the tongue. And you can stay here if this is feeling awesome with that right hip grounding down. Or you can start to allow that right hip to raise off the ground, allowing the right foot to fall further over towards the left. Now again, you can stay with just using the strap for support in whatever way. You could bring in a configuration of props to rest the leg on. You can take any other variation of a twist, any sort of setup with the legs that feels good. And again, the right knee could be bent or straight. Finding what works best for you, so you can always come back to having that right hip grounded down, or letting the right hip lift. Hard to tell if you can see me. Awesome. Just a few more rounds of breath here. you will slowly just start to draw that right leg back up towards the sky. Pausing here for just another moment. And then leaving the leg where it is. We'll remove the strap, keep the leg extended. And just for fun here, release the arms alongside the body, close the eyes if that feels safe. And we're going to lower the heel down towards the ground, keeping the leg straight for a really slow count of 10. And this can be fun because sometimes it can feel like your leg is going past the ground. So just if it does. So when you're ready, lengthening up through the heel, take a nice deep breath in. And then we'll slowly lower down for 10, 9, 8, it's okay if you shake, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release that leg all the way down. Feel the full support of the earth here. And just notice. There might be some different sensation in the legs. Feeling a little tingly in my right leg. One leg might feel longer than the other. Just take a moment to notice, to observe. Then when you feel ready, taking any movements between sides that would feel good, maybe extending the arms overhead, maybe drawing the knees in towards the chest, maybe taking a happy baby, anything that would feel good here. And then when you feel ready, we'll just start to set that up on the other side. So knees bent, feet planted on the ground. We'll start to draw the left knee in towards the chest. And finding the center of your strap. Putting it around the ball of the left foot, so just below the toes. That little meaty part, and extending the leg up towards the sky. And your choice how you want to grab onto the strap, or if you want to use the head. That is one option. I'm not really a fan of that one, but some people love it. Again, we can flex those toes back, finding more activation through the back of the leg. Choice what to do with the right leg. If the knee is bent, foot planted on the ground, giving you a little more stability. Or extending out along the ground. It doesn't need to be totally straight either. It can kind of do like little halfies in between straight and bent. And the more you extend that leg, the more opening in the hips you're going to get, and more sensation in the hip flexor. So if that feels good and something that you want to explore, stick with that. But know that you can do whatever, and that none of these are ranked in hierarchy. There's not good, better, best, or beginning, intermediate, advanced. It's really all about feeling into your body and finding ways to support what you have going on in that moment. So a true advanced yoga practice isn't doing, the deepest expression of the pose, or the perfect, having the perfect angles, or having the most flexible pose, whatever. It's not about the look. It's not about what you can do. And the most advanced yoga practice is when you tune into your body and give it what it needs in that moment. Sometimes that'll be pushing it further. Sometimes it'll be taking a break. Sometimes it'll be moving in the opposite direction. So knowing that, deeper, bigger, more challenging practices or poses isn't the mark of an advanced practice. It's more about the intention and, living your truth, not forcing your body to make any certain shape, but observing what comes up for you when your body is making certain shapes. And adjusting to any messages, any introspection, or introception that we receive. Awesome work. As you feel ready, we're going to start to open that left leg out towards the left. Again, using up the strap as a prop, or strap as support. You can lower the leg down onto a configuration of props. You can just use the strap, or you can release the leg all the way down. Again, working to not create any tension in the way that you're holding the strap. There will be some force used, but we don't want it to create tension in the body. So if you're gripping onto the hands really, really tight, maybe try to find a way to loosen that grip a little bit. And your breath. So a few more rounds of breath here. Again, that right leg can be extended, knee could be bent. Whatever works for you best on this side. And with that angle, if you like, drawing the toe up towards the head, or letting the heel drop down towards the right foot. Awesome. Whenever you start to feel ready, no rush here. Keeping that right hip bone grounded, we'll start to raise the left leg back up towards the sky. We'll pause here again in the center. Again, keep a softness in the knee, but you can bend the knee as much as you'd like. As long as you still got, you can still get some sensation in the back of the leg there. Nice little stretch. And maybe there's a little gentle movement, some small little circles. Noticing any tension in the hands, in the neck, face, the jaw, the shoulders. And then keeping the left hip grounded, so if it helps to bring that left hand to the left hip, feel free. We'll slowly start to let that left leg cross over the body towards the right, and pause when you start to feel that sensation. You won't have to go very far with that left hip grounded to start to feel the sensation. And your breath, then shoulders, then hips are squared on the ground. Getting that nice stretch and activation along the outside of the left leg, into the glute, up into the low back. If this is feeling awesome, feel free to stay here, or if you'd like to take it more into a twist, you can let the left sits bones and hip raise off the ground as the left leg comes more over towards the right side. And again, you're welcome to just use the strap. You can use props to support the leg. You can play with the depth of the twist by raising the left shoulder off the ground or inviting it towards the earth. You can set up any other variation with the legs in a twist that would feel good here. So the right leg doesn't have to stay bent, or doesn't have to stay extended. The knee can bend. You can draw it in. And my left hip flexor is pretty good. Let's work more around the foot here. And nice and slow, we'll start to raise. Back up towards the sky, down and feeling my hip flexors there. And just a few more rounds of breath with the leg extended. Toes flex back. there's any shaking, take a nice deep breath in. And we'll lower down for a count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, release the belly all the way down. Just feel, observe, feel the support of the earth, the legs, movements each side. When you're ready, once again, we're going to draw the knees in towards the chest. Put a little rocking side to side, or anything else that feels real good here. And now for this next one, you do want to have a longer strap. If you don't have one, that's fine. You can skip the strap altogether. You can get a larger blanket. You can also move against a wall so you can have support. You don't have to have support in this pose. I'm just teaching you that way to show different ways to use the strap to support your practice. So what we're going to do here is wrap the strap around the balls of both feet, extending the legs up, and then start to open up through the legs. So I'm going to undo my little hook here, so I can send my legs a little wider. And the strap is there just to support so that I don't go too deep. But again, you can get close to a wall and use the legs up the wall. You can not use a strap. You can just hang out here, maybe bringing the hands to hold the legs, either on behind the knees or on the inner thighs. Bring some support. You can also use props on each side, maybe a block underneath each hip or thigh. And for some of you, you may have the legs not go this wide. For some of you, the legs may go a lot wider than this. And that's not the goal here. The goal isn't how wide you can get your legs. The goal is to feel the support, feel the sensation, to breathe, to connect to the body, and to notice what arises for you in this pose. Notice the thoughts, the feelings, the sensations, and how can you be supportive of those things? Not that you have to, feed into them or give them any energy, but maybe just say yes. And that's it. You don't have to commit to anything, but as thoughts, feelings, or sensations arise, just with an open-heartedness, just say yes. Just witness, observe, let them be. Don't attach. Don't get carried away by them, but just with a sense of compassion. Say yes. Accept them as they are. Now, you really want to pay attention to the tension. Got a pretty good grip on the hands and start to feel that up in the neck and shoulders. to kind of help bring the legs back together. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Move the strap to any movements that feel good. Then as you feel ready, we'll rock onto one side of the body. Gently press ourselves up and come into a seated position. And we're going to be working with forward folds with the strap. So one way to assist yourself in a forward fold is by bringing a little lift in the booty. So maybe bring in a blanket, whatever height feels good. But what this lift in the booty does is it helps, especially if you have tighter low back or tighter hamstrings, and when we sit just, and cross-legged, maybe if you notice you kind of have to lean back or round out, you can't quite get up to where the shoulders and the hips are in line. And if you can't do that, then you can't really get the fulcrum point of a forward fold. And it ends up, you can't get to that fulcrum point, then our forward folds end up being just rounding in the back. So this little lift in the booty helps to create more space in the hips and can get you to that fulcrum point so that you can then fold forward and then round out. So that the forward motion is still coming from the bending in the hips, not from the rounding in the spine. So bring in a little lift in the booty if that speaks to you. So once again, use the strap. Bend the knees so that you can wrap the strap around the knee part of the ball of the foot. And then you can start to walk the legs out, extending the legs out. They could be straight. You do want to keep a little softness in the knees. You can bend them as much as you like. You could bend them nice and deep. You can set a prop underneath here. And you don't need to use a strap for this one if you don't want to. Again, just showing you ways that you can support your practice here. So if you'd like to use the strap for the forward fold, we'll lengthen up to the crown of the head so you can be nice and tall. And then we want to think going up from that fulcrum point and over. So again, we're not just rounding out and kind of like punching in, but we're lengthening up to the crown of the head and then folding forward. You can use the hands to help draw us further down. Now, what I don't want is pull on the reins and crank ourselves down and pull on the force and, try to compete with how far you can go down. This isn't a competition. Pause when you start to feel some sensation. You can use, again, the strap to help activate through the toes. So the toes, just like we had with the legs raised, the toes are flexing up towards the knees. So that keeps an activation in the backs of the legs, helps to protect the knee joints. And then you can use the strap to gently draw yourself down. If you'd like, you can also start to round out in the upper back, recognition towards the chest. Find your breath. Now, props can get a bad rap. A lot of people have the misinterpretation, but they have this idea that props are for beginners. That you use a prop until you can do a pose a certain way. That's not true. Props have been used for hundreds of years, thousands of years. There are sculptures of old ancient yogis with straps. So props are just another way that you can support your practice, just like your breath supports the practice and the meditation. props are your friends. They're there to support. They're there to help. There's nothing, use of them are nothing to be ashamed of. All of them work. Busy people labels raise themselves up. Release through the strap. You can shake out through the hands and go out to your wrists. If you can aware of the tension that it takes to hold those props. And then you feel good to bend the knees, take the feet a little wider than hip distance, maybe you can bring the hands back behind you, kind of lean back, and take some windshield wipers side to side. Release through the hips, through the lower back. Fantastic work. I've got one more forward fold for us. We're going to come into a poplar pose. So again, you don't have to use a strap for this one, but I will show you how you can use it. So again, if you are using a strap, you're probably going to want to use a longer one. This can come underneath the feet and then up and wrap around the low back. Again, this will only work if you have one that can thread through. So again, this is not necessary for this pose, but just an option if you do have, the full yoga strap. So you can, adjust it to support the feet. You can, have the feet out further. You can have them closer in, and that's not necessary to have this. It's another way to play if you like. So coming into our cobbler's pose, again, sitting up on that cushion or blanket can help. So if you do have the strap there, I can lean back and my back is still supported. I feel like my pelvis is still nice and supported. That actually feels pretty good. So you can kind of play with the tightness. You do want to make sure that the buckle is in a good position, so it's into your hip or your ankle. So you can stay up nice and tall if that feels good to lean back. Or you can start to bow forward. And maybe you kind of tighten the strap as you do. That's one way to use this. Holding you in place. And going a deeper is not better. It's not always the goal. Go deeper. Just feeling the sensation. I think the knees drop heavy. You could always slide blocks and things for support here. I'm actually finding it as I'm playing with this. It's actually feeling pretty good to kind of lean into my low back a little bit and create a little more tension. So not just like fully folding forward, but folding forward to bring a little tension, and then leaning back and kind of creating a little leverage. It's feeling kind of good right now. But feel free to explore on your own what feels good in this variation, or how you create your own variation. One of my goals as a teacher is to help you cultivate your own practice and your own sense of exploration. The Lord is giving you your own autonomy in your practice so that you can step into any class, you can put on any YouTube video, you can even do your own personal at-home practice and be able to kind of self-regulate and know, okay, this doesn't feel good get there, extending the legs up towards the sky, both legs. And then you can keep the softness and then you can bend as much as you like if you're on feet really straight. And shake it out. It feels really good. Just shake it out. And you make puppets, shadow puppets on the wall. Shake it out through the legs. You roll out through the ankles. You bring larger movements. Open the legs side to side. You can draw the knees in towards the chest. You can take a happy baby, grabbing the bottoms of the feet. You can drop the heels towards the glutes, grab the knees, and open up into a reclined frog pose. Anything that keeps the legs well apart. That's some inversion. So we're just ending with some sort of inversion. It could also be a shoulder stance. Coming here to reclined pipe pose. You could lift up through the hips. You could slide a prop underneath for supported shoulder stance. Legs extended, bring the lift in the pelvis. Whatever you want, just have the legs extended. If you want to find movement, or settle into stillness. And whenever you feel ready, you can release the legs and feel free to take any final movements here. Anything that'll help round out your practice, anything about your craving, if you want to revisit anything that you've been into, or if there's something that you're really hoping that we do that we didn't get to, go ahead and do that. So whatever feels best for you here. And then as you feel ready, absolutely no rush. Take as much time as you like to round out your practice, if you're doing any final movements. We'll eventually end up in our shavasana, our final relaxation. Take your time to get there. It could be on the back, it could be similar to how we started, maybe with the knees bent, hands on the belly, hands out, one hand on heart, one hand on belly. You could use the prop underneath your knees, or in any other way to support you. And if one on the back doesn't feel awesome right now, you can lay on the side, you can lay on your belly. You can even get into a seated meditation, whatever position you feel like you could surrender to. So taking your time to get there. Getting any wiggles out, any fidgets, any final movements. And once you're ready to settle in, allow yourself to just let go. Maybe just like the beginning, letting a sigh or two out of the mouth. Just letting the bones feel heavy, let the muscles melt. Let the whole body be held and supported here. Supported by the earth, supported by the props, supported by gravity. And back to those people who support you, have your back, your ancestors, your teachers, your healers. Bring back to those who support you on the side, who walk side by side with you. Hand in hand, arm in arm. Ready to lift you up, ready to catch you if you fall. Allowing yourself to just feel supported, feel held here. And I've got you. Yoga has got you. Your practice. pause to reflect, to rest. Outside influences distract you, and then become a woven part of the tapestry of this moment. This moment of being alive, this moment of being human, being supported by this practice, supported by the universe, by nature, by beyond your own understanding. However it is that you connect to the larger web of connectedness that is supporting you, that is holding you. Whatever it is that you're feeling is there to support you. Even just for this moment, the practice of to surrender to that support. Surrender to truth, surrender to what is. Surrender to now. Dear friends, this is where I will leave you to stay in this shavasana for as long as you can spare. Another 5 minutes, 10 minutes, wherever you can carve out for the remainder of this relaxation. Thank you so much for sharing.